Welcome back to Because We Got High with Rhea, Kelly, and Bree. This is the V episode. We're talking about violence, so everybody break out your knives. But first, before we do that, break out your OCB rolling papers, the best in all of the land. We got bamboo. We got the organic hemp. These are the unbleached cones. You just stuff them, twist them, ready to light, ready to go. Or you can get the booklets where you can roll it yourself. They have the mouthpieces that come with it as well. Roll yourself a nice little joint. Or you can get a rolling tray. You go to ocbusa.com/high. And you will get yourself a deal. Usually that costs $20 or more, but you're getting it for way less when you go to ocbusa.com/high. So get yourselves a deal, ladies and gentlemen. I don't smoke any other papers besides OCB rolling papers. I promise you that. I really do. I think they're the best. I think that they just smoke perfectly. Sometimes you get a paper, it keeps going out. You're lighting it over and over again. It's very stressful.
I brought that whole box home.
I've flown through these boxes and I just keep bringing them more home. So get your OCB. Go to ocbusa.com/high. Let's get into the episode. This is the violence episode. And now yesterday, we were gonna record this, and we were like, I felt the anger in my body.
You definitely had the most anger yesterday.
I had the anger.
You were the
headache, and I had a headache. It's gone now, so I'm happy about that.
Good.
I want to talk about something when I think of violence.
Okay.
And it's the fact that I used to have severe anger issues. Like
bad anger?
Like bad.
Doesn't surprise me.
No, I know. But bad anger issues that have just disappeared. Like, I don't know.
You didn't go to therapy or anything?
I mean, I went to therapy for a little bit. But
for your anger issues?
Not for my anger issues. Like, there was a time in my life where my parents were like, we may need to send you to anger management. Because
what would you do?
Like, I would throw, like, I have so many holes in my wall at home just from, like, in high school, like, I would chuck my phone at the wall. I would never punch anything, but I was a big thrower of things. Like, getting into fights. Like, I've smashed my iPad on the ground. Like, severe anger issues. I couldn't control my anger. I never hit anybody or anything like that. I want that to be clear, because when people say anger issues,
true.
whatever.
You automatically
take objects,
but like,
and smash
yes, like
them.
objects and like smash them on the ground or throw them at the wall or whatever.
Yeah.
And we were actually talking about it this past weekend when I was home and Thanksgiving or whatever. They were like, it's crazy actually. We haven't seen you angry in a really long time. Like, sometimes she'll peek her head out. Like, she'll just, like, her eyes will pop over the blinds.
I was going to say, like, I think a couple weeks ago you threw, like, a chair at your sister or something, right?
No, not a couple weeks ago. That was a couple months ago.
Okay.
I was in my backyard, and it had been a while.
Yeah.
And it not peeked out. It jumped out, and I took a chair, and I threw it across my backyard.
Over. Sometimes it boils over.
It boils, and it comes out, but they were like, sometimes it just, you peek your eyes out, and she thinks about coming out, and then she goes back inside. And I'm so grateful for that, because I think back and I'm like, oh my God, you were a madman. Like,
you're violent.
Yeah.
Yes. Violently angry I would get.
That's crazy.
And
what changed?
I don't know. Like, I
no
don't.
One's anger issues really just go away. You're very lucky.
No,
yeah.
You grew
things
up.
have made me angry in the past few months, but that would usually make me a lot angrier if I still had those issues. But I don't have it in me. Like, I just don't have it in me anymore, and I don't know what happened.
Maybe you're just like tired, you know?
Like,
maybe you're just you've exhausted it. Because honestly, those kind of things, I will also get like that sometimes. Not recently, and sometimes only if I'm like drunk or something. I'll throw things also, but only when I'm alone. Like, I'm never like around people or at anybody. Like, and then I get mad at myself for breaking my own shit, because I'm like, well, I just broke my own shit.
Yeah, like, I've broken my phone just from
like, I've thrown
fucking
glasses.
I was so pissed.
I threw like a glass, like a really nice wine glass that I got as a gift. I threw it as like a symbolic thing, and then I was like, well, now I just have glass everywhere, and I really liked that wine glass. So I'm gonna replace it now. It's like I'm at $100. Like, it's stupid shit like that, but sometimes. That like peeking out feeling, it's like you're like, I could lose my fucking mind right now, but is it worth it right now? Like, do I have the energy to do that?
You just lose.
And it's just
you lose it.
You lose it.
Actually, one time you get beaten down. Threw a sauce packet in Devin's apartment. It splattered all over her carpet.
Oh,
no.
That was unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that was the last time. That might have been the last time I threw
rip
something.
the heads off of my Barbie dolls when I was younger. That's like the most violent thing I can remember myself doing when I was little.
That is pretty
I would get in
violent.
fights with my parents, but I would be too scared to yell at them, so I'd go upstairs and I'd take my Barbie dolls and rip the heads off of them.
Of course.
And then I'd be so pissed the next day that the heads were off my Barbie dolls.
Of course.
One time, I got into a fight with my sister at my dinner table. My dad was away, and it was just me, my mom, my aunt, my sister, and my brother. and we were eating penne alla vodka and pizza, I remember. And my sister said something to me. It pissed me off so much. I just fucking punched her in the arm. I said I've never hit anybody that's alive. Hit my sister. I punched her in the arm, and I just went back to eating my pasta until, still to this day, my sister tells this story and was like, you are a psychopath because you hit me so angrily and then just acted like nothing happened. And then her, my mom, and my aunt got into an all-out brawl, and I just sat there.
Damn. About like what had happened?
Yeah, like because I punched her, and my mom was like, how, like, she just went back to eating, or my sister was like, she just went back to eating, how are you not yelling at her? And then they all started fighting, and I just sat there and ate my food.
Oh,
damn. I kind of see, for that, I think I'm on your sister's side, only because
100%.
that's the kind of shit that, like, that will happen to older siblings where their feelings are disregarded, and the younger sibling, it's like, oh, whatever. And then if it happens to the older sibling, it's like, all right, we'll get over it. Like, deal with it. Like, that's always what happens. And I think especially when it comes to anger, like, eldest siblings aren't always, like, I never would yell at my parents. Like, for a long time, I did eventually. Like, it boiled up to the point where, like, I had to be screaming at my parents, but that didn't happen until, like, late in high school. But early on, it's like you don't know what to do with it, and you have to, like, be cool. And so, you would, like, run up to your room, or you'd, like, hang out or whatever, and you would just sit there like this ball of rage and not know what to do, and you just, like, want to destroy things, and either you, like, do destroy them or you don't, but you sit there thinking about it for so long. And I feel like I'm jealous of the people that just, like, did. Like, I feel like what would happen to me if I just did?
Destroying stuff is fun when you're angry, like getting it all out and smashing shit.
I would have, like, blackout rage. Like it comes over me, I do something crazy, and then 20 minutes later, it's like, whoa, I'm sorry. I don't even know who that person was.
Yeah. I like going, me and my friends used to do this in college when they would get fucked over by boys. We would go and, like, buy shit from the dollar store that you could smash. And then we'd go into like a parking lot and smash it all.
That's fun.
I would love to go to one of those places where you just destroy
rooms.
Those are those look so fun. You know what I want to destroy so bad? One of those like, halogen bulbs that are all the white long bulbs that come out of the ceiling or whatever, and they just, like, shatter into, like, dust. Like, I always want to hit one of those. When I was younger, my alarm clock was really annoying, and I just, like, hated it so much. And I was, like, wanting a new alarm clock. Like, just something about the sound of it was terrible, and I had it for a long time. And finally, I, like, got a new alarm clock, and I think my dad just, like, randomly got me one because he could also, like, my parents could hear my alarm clock too at 6 a.m. whenever I was getting up to go to, like, middle school. And when I got the new alarm clock, he was like, let's take your old one and, like, beat it with a baseball bat in the backyard. Like, that's fun. And so it was like the two of us were just, like, throwing it and smashing it and whatever. And it was honestly the best time. I was like, yeah, fuck this alarm clock. Like, it was so annoying. It like started my day off terribly, and it's like a new beginning. My mom was so mad at us for doing that, and I was like, why? Like, it felt great, and it was fine. We have, like, flat, like 3 acres of flat and nothing. Like, why not just, like, beat the shit out of your alarm clock in it? It was great.
I used to have, I think I said this, I used to be, like, afraid of napkins when I was younger. I had, like, a napkin phobia.
Yes.
And the napkin holder, like, made me so angry, I took it and just smashed it on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, glass napkin holder. I was like, fuck this.
Damn.
That's wild.
You were a very angry child.
I was also a very happy child, though, too. So it was kind of weird. Like,
extremes.
Just very extremes. Like, very happy, very angry.
Lows, high.
I just would snap easily. That's what it is. Like, I could be really happy, and then something sets
Quick
me
temper.
off. Yeah.
Short temper.
I have a short temper. That's what it is. Does violence make you guys feel uneasy, though? Like, does it make you uncomfortable? Say you're out and your guy friends get into a fight or something. Like, are you like, oh, no?
Yes. Like, I think, well, when I was looking up violent stuff, there are, like, different kinds of violence that you can see. I am afraid of violence that's happening, like, in front of me. Like, if there's something happening, like, I see people getting in a fight, I feel uneasy, or I see, like, some shit going down, and it's, like, in my reality, I'm uneasy by it. But I can watch, like, the goriest movie of all time and not even flinch, like, shit like that. It depends on, like, its proximity to me. Right. Is how I feel
real
about
it is.
Yeah, like, how real it is. Like,
if I see, like, a fight on the street and it's random people, I can't fucking breathe. Jesus Christ.
Oh no, allergies?
Okay. Sorry, I'm really sick. But if I see, like, a fight, I know.
Dope.
If I see a fight on the street and it's random people, I'll be like, oh no, a fight. But if it's, like, people I care about fighting, I'll be, like, freaking out, like, oh my gosh, we have to stop.
Right, because if somebody gets hurt, things can go south.
But
quick.
if it's random people, I'm like, oh, action.
Right, you start thinking about the consequences. And also, too, whenever you're on the outside of a fight that's happening in front of you, and you, like, know the people, or you're semi-involved, you want to be like, okay, well, this is all really fucking stupid. Like, we're all gonna feel so stupid after this. Like, I think that a lot of times I am deterred from being violent or deterred from, like, fights like that because I don't want to be like embarrassed afterwards. Like that feeling is worse to me than like the feeling of anger. Like I love the feeling of anger, but then having to deal with it after, it's like, fuck.
It's
like
embarrassing.
People saw me like rolling on the floor, beating someone up. Like
Yeah.
that's mortifying.
Yeah,
like I could die. That's embarrassing to me.
It is embarrassing.
There's 4 types of violence I found out. There's physical, sexual, psychological, and neglect is its own category of violence, which I never have thought that neglect would be considered violence, but apparently it's like the most common and the most detrimental to you.
What is neglect? What's
like
neglect?
Just
violence?
neglect. Like there's neglect in itself is violence. Is like an act of violence.
God.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Right.
I would never, because violence you think of like.
True, but then at the same time, think about like when you think about abuse, emotional abuse is neglect.
True.
So it's kind of fits.
What about sexual violence? Is that just like BDSM type of shit?
sexual? Yes, it's
Like
either
sexual
it's that or
assault?
like
Yeah.
assault. Yeah.
Have you guys seen House of Horrors like that?
No, what's that?
Oh God. Okay,
What's that?
so
House of
you guys have
Horrors?
to watch this. You've probably heard about this family. There was a family of 15 kids, and there's 2 parents that like had this one daughter, and then they were like super strucken by Christ, and they
shit.
locked their 15 kids in a house for a whole year, and they
Oh yeah, the Turpins.
the Turpins.
Oh my God, how
and
have I
they
not
made them
seen
like
it?
not,
Oh, the Turpins.
but they weren't like it
No,
was
yeah,
more
it's
of
right
like
here.
neglect
Where is
violence.
David Turpin now?
Where like they kind of chained them up and like abused them sometimes, but it was more of like they weren't allowed to stand up. They had to sleep during the day and stay awake at night, so like no one knew that they were inside. It's like super fucked up. So
That's
that,
like-
They like ate ketchup packets for like food.
because they were starving. They were like malnourished.
That's
One
so
girl was
insane.
like she was a preteen and she had the arm a size of a 4-month baby, a
That's
4-month
fucking
baby.
sick.
Yeah.
It's
The
literally
craziest thing is
sick.
that one of them, the one that snuck out, the cop asked him like, "Are you on any medication?" And she didn't even know
She
what
couldn't
that
even-
was. She was like, "What's medication?"
They didn't do
Right.
school. They taught each other how to talk. She's like, medication, what's that? They're like, pills. She's like, and she like spoke in fragments. They didn't know how to talk. Just locked
That
them
is
up for
fucking
Doesn't it-
horrible.
ever.
Does it ever occur to you, like, you know, your lifestyle, our lifestyle, like we eat like shit, right? Like we just eat like
Garbage.
junk,
Total garbage,
total
yeah.
garbage. You got to go on these tours, and you're drinking every
Yeah.
weekend, right? And you think to yourself, like, I'm treating my body like shit. Like, what if I die from this? But then you hear about people like that, and
Right.
they're surviving off ketchup packets.
Yeah.
And you're just
No,
like,
it's
whoa.
insane how resilient these people are. I'm telling you, if I'm in that situation, I do not have like the mental fortitude to make it through that. Like I think I'm giving up quick. I think I'm like, well, okay, like I can't. Maybe I don't have like the tools to kill myself right here, but like I'm just gonna lay on this ground and wither away
Until
until
I
I
do.
literally die.
They
like,
would put
'cause
them
this
in
is
cages
horrible.
and shit, like dog cages.
That's fucking terrible. Well, that's like that psychological shit. Also, too, those movies like the movie Room, where the man like abducted this girl, and also what's my other favorite girl, JC Dugar. She was abducted and like raped by the guy, and had to have a
Panic
kid
Room.
in this
Yes.
situation or whatever, like in this house, and but Room is like they were literally locked in a room, no view of the outside, and that like kid was raised inside that room, and so all it knew was like window and whatever
Yes.
the fuck. And it's and when they snuck out, or when he got out, he like I forgot, he escaped like inside of a carpet, and then he got out in the road, and it was like too bright for him. He was like freaking out because it was too bright. He like couldn't see people, and I was like, I can't imagine that kind of shit. Like imagine you have someone like a human being just like in your fucking shed for years. Like what?
That was the family.
What the fuck?
The dad was like,
Right,
they
like,
had
that shit's
Mercedes,
crazy.
they had money, they had like
That's
were.
insane. It's
He was
so
an
fucked up.
engineer, and they were in a regular neighborhood.
That's
15
so-
kids locked in the house.
Do you ever think about how you could be living on the same block as somebody where some shit like that's going
Yeah.
down?
Yes, all the
My
time.
neighbors at home, I don't even know how much I want to say,
Oh my god.
but the cops are called frequently.
Really? Domestic disputes, you think? Must be.
Frequently.
Damn.
A lot this summer, and sometimes I'd miss them, and my family would call, be like, you missed it today.
Fuck.
Like-
see, it's like I feel like there are things like that happen all over the place all the time, and you just kind of everybody just like goes about their day. Like this is something that
Weird
happens
to not
constantly.
know what's going on in someone's house.
It's nuts because
horrifying.
people have so many secrets, and people are
So
so
many.
fucked up. You know that story about like the girl it's a what's it called, like an urban legend or something, where it's like my friend's friend like went out with this guy, and like he invited her back to what is it? He invited her back to his house, but she didn't go. But they made out before they went, and then she went to the doctor next week, and it turns out like in her mouth, it's cannibalism.
I told the story on here because my dad told me this story.
Yes, that shit.
The same fucking story.
It's the same fucking story. It's always the same story. But then you think about it, it's like that stems from somewhere. So there is somebody around who's like eating people in their fucking basement. You know?
I mean, yeah, there is.
Like,
Jeffrey Dahmer was doing that.
Right,
shit. Like,
right.
They're
It's
everywhere.
just, it blows my fucking mind.
And I feel like they're smarter now. So there's a lot of people that can hide the violence, which is horrifying.
And there's ways to like look up how to hide. There's ways
just
for them to
watch
like link
fucking
up
TV.
online.
Yeah.
Like you think
You
about.
ever seen You?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, exactly. It's
Like
insane.
a hottie is just like a fucking murderer.
Are
That's
you guys?
so scary.
Are you guys ever?
That's what freaks me out. That like
Right.
anybody could be
Unassuming.
hiding
Patrick
a dark
Bateman,
secret.
American
How many murders
Psycho?
we walk past? Probably.
Also,
So many.
if you think you're a bad person or you're like hiding a secret, somebody out there is murdering people and keeping them in their basement.
I always-
so like you have
I know.
to think about that
I
and be
say
like,
that
it could be
shit-
way worse.
I say that shit to constantly excuse
Justify.
my bad behavior. Like I am constantly like, well, I'm not
someone's a
murdering
murderer.
anybody, so like
Same.
constantly.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
whatever. I stick by it. I'm with you on that. Like of course,
Yeah.
like I'm not like that. You know what I mean? Like maybe I'm just like a little bit of
like
a
there are
dick,
people who
but
shoot people.
100%.
Like
100%.
there are people who
eat them.
yeah,
Right.
right. People
There's, like,
literally
rapists.
cut up humans
Yeah.
and eat them for dinner.
Cook them on the stove.
And like we're worried about
crazy.
like, oh, we were like a little mean to somebody today.
It's fucking nuts. No, that's nuts. What do you guys think about like violence in movies? Are you bothered by that?
I
or-
love it.
I'm
love
I'm
it
not
too.
bothered by it at all. Like
Me neither.
Squid Games, did you guys watch?
Yeah, I wanted to bring that. I was asking when we were talking about it. I was asking Fran because she was sitting behind me at the time. I was like, "What's like the most violent thing you've ever seen?" And she was like, "I don't think anything in person." She's like, "Honestly, it might like I don't really watch the movies or whatever. It might be Squid Game." And I was like, "That was a really fucking violent show." In retrospect,
I only watched like 2 episodes.
This is so fucked up. I couldn't stop laughing for some reason at some parts because of how ridiculous it was.
It was
the first,
crazy.
The red light, green light,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
When they're just getting
Yeah.
just shot,
blown away.
They're getting
Yeah.
they're lit up all
Right.
over the place. I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, this is so crazy of me that I can't stop laughing. But that's like an uncomfortable reaction to
course.
violence. I
Yeah.
wasn't like I can't watch. I couldn't look away.
You
But
weren't
I
like,
was no. I wasn't like, oh, I
Right.
love this. It was just like, whoa.
it's like holy shit. And also
Yeah.
when violence is like that, like in such great quantities, it feels less real. But Squid Game did a pretty good job of making everything look really real. So it
Yes.
was like shocking, but also like holy shit. Like, am I really watching this? Like, is this what I'm looking at?
You know what's funny? Lights Camera Barstool tweeted out the other day the trailer from Mummy 2017 with Tom Cruise when
yeah,
they
yeah.
accidentally released the trailer without any sound effects or like visual effects.
Yes, I
and
forgot
it's
about
just
that.
so fucking fake and it's
my
supposed to be like
God.
violent or whatever.
It's so bad.
You have to, if you're listening, go to their account. They tweeted out the other day. It's so funny
is.
because
It's
you
very
just see
funny.
how fake it is.
Yes.
But the technology, they can make it look so real. Like Squid
course.
Game obviously does a great job, but
I always think about that whenever I see scary movies. Like Saw, I think is probably like generally the most violent I've seen, just because it's like so gory,
Saw,
you
yeah.
know, like so
Chainsaw
fucking gross.
Massacre.
Chainsaw Massacre is another one that's good. What did I just watch the other day that was like shockingly gory?
Oh, you know what was really hard to watch? 127 Hours. Did you ever watch that?
Oh, with James
Oh,
Franco.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Cut
was
someone arm off.
that
Oh,
was
God,
a real
yeah.
that felt real, like real weirdly
The
like
first
real stories.
scary
like that
movie,
feel
I
real.
think I was like 7, that like scarred me. It's called Hatchet, and he took a guy
Oh.
by his jaw and just split his head open and like down his neck, and that's like I can still see it
That's
from when
terrible.
I was 7.
There was a similar movie to that. I think it was like Hannibal or something that came out maybe when I was in middle school. And it was like they had to like saw their own
Yeah.
ankle off, like do shit like that. I feel like I'm not so bothered by those movies anymore because I can chalk it up to like, oh, it's fake.
desensitized from like when I was
Right.
little. Did you guys ever, when I was in middle school, like the boys in my middle school would like look up dark web shit and like it would be like
Yes.
actual murderers
of
and like
course.
Well, yeah,
mafia
like
murders.
beheadings and
like
shit.
yes,
Yeah.
beheadings.
the beheadings.
You
that
could
shit
listen-
was real.
That always creeped me out
I would,
when
like, get
people would like,
nauseous about
yes, like
that.
No,
look up
same.
beheadings on the internet. Like,
It's nuts.
why
They're
are
like, watch
you
this.
want to go out
A
of your
little
way?
baby getting beat up.
No,
I'm
like,
Yep.
what?
that's just sickening. What about the? I'm sure you guys watch this on like, I don't even know if it was like Oprah or one of those shows when we were younger.
Yeah.
The kids who would like put their pets in the microwave.
Oh my god.
And it was always like a telltale sign of how they were going to grow up to be a psychopath.
Of course, always.
Because they were putting their pets in the microwave.
It's fucking crazy. Like
I remember one kid was putting his cat in the microwave. Specifically, I remember this one episode. I forget what show it was.
Oh,
Luca Magnotta. No, he was just vacuuming them.
True. He was fucked up.
That was fucked up as well. Also, if you haven't watched Don't Fuck with Cats, watch Don't Fuck with Cats. If you're into that sort of shit.
It's really fucked up.
No, it's really fucked up, but like interesting.
Yeah, maybe
it's interesting if you like true crime and you have like a high threshold for fucked up things.
I could watch someone be murdered before I can watch a kitten be.
I honestly agree with you.
And it's fucked up. I know it's so fucked up, but I just can't watch a little animal.
No, I'm with you on that because animals are so helpless. Same with dogs. Like whenever there's like a dog getting murdered in a film or something, it makes you so sick because you just know that they're helpless. Like humans are like, oh, that's sad, but what are you gonna do? But with dogs, it's like they literally can't do anything for themselves. It's terrible.
Norman's
what do you? Oh, Norm! Oh, don't bring him into the conversation.
No,
I'm gonna cry.
On Thanksgiving, my grandma asked me about him.
Oh, he's
so
I haven't seen him like on.
Everybody always asks about him, and the truth is, and I said this quickly on Chicks in the Office once, and I'll say it quickly again. I don't even know if I want to keep this in here. I don't post him often because
it's like it brings attention to Norman,
and it
brings attention to your shit.
You make him feel bad.
It's like people are like, oh, where's Hank?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like it brings attention to your life.
Right.
So
like Norman is. I want everyone to know Norman could not be better.
He's the
like
king of
Norman looks great.
Runs my fucking household. Yeah. Like my family's lives revolve around Norman. Like Norman should have a show called Norman because all day long it's Norman, because he's like always up to something. But my parents are obsessed with him and treat him like an absolute king. So, and I live at home, so I want everyone to know that Norman is fantastic. Yeah, could be doing better.
He looks good too.
Or he's locked in your basement.
And just because I don't post him doesn't mean like people think I like got rid of him. No, he trust me, he is the center of everyone's lives in my home. But I just don't post him.
He's an offline pup these days.
Yeah.
He's offline.
Although my dad
wants to keep his life
private. Is begging for the account. Like
give it to him.
I know. Okay. I didn't bring give it to him.
Yeah.
My dad is begging for this account because my dad's Instagram and TikTok feed is just all dachshunds. Yeah. Because of he's around Norman so much. So he sits there and he watches and there's one that he loves and it's like, I'm gonna do some shady shit. And it's like a little dachshund running around with like things in his mouth. He's like, I want to remake this with Norman, so I think I have to give him the passcode.
I think you do.
He's dying. He needs a hobby. So.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair to let your dad take it over. That's sweet. Norman. I think that. Or what do you think about like violence in war movies?
So I will say that I don't love war movies. I thought 1917 was awesome.
It was awesome.
I thought that just like visually, I thought it was a really good movie.
Which was the whole point
Dunkirk
of that movie.
was really good.
Yeah.
But it's not my go-to genre of movies just because it doesn't, to be honest, it just doesn't interest me that much. And I know that may sound fucked up and like, but sometimes I'm just really just not that into it.
You just don't fuck with it that much.
I'm kind of the same.
Do you fuck with the war? No, I don't fuck with the war.
She don't fuck with the war. I think that the war movie stuff they're like kind of boring. Like it's
has to be a really
just
good
murder.
One.
Like you're just watching like
it's gotta be a good
shoot
story.
people.
And it has to be
1917,
like a little love mixed
great
into
story.
it.
Good
story.
A story like a plot.
Yeah, something into it.
More than just like
1917
shooting and killing.
Like Pearl Harbor.
Right.
Okay, don't put that in. I didn't mean to laugh. Like Pearl Harbor, I start laughing. Like that's not right. Anniversary's next week. All right, anyways.
A couple days.
The movie Pearl Harbor. There's like
yes. That's a good example. A lot of war movies have like a love interest in them.
Right, of course. 1917 is good because it's like all one long shot. Like that was its big thing.
And just genuinely like that's a good storyline in 1917.
Yeah, it was really good. I liked it a lot. What are your reactions to violence, like when you see violent things happening, whether on TV or in person? Like how do you, I know we already said like if it's people we know we get a little uneasy, but like do you keep it moving? Do you watch and wait for something to happen? Do you like get involved?
I'm a big watcher. In person or on TV?
Either one.
I feel like I'm kind of
watching.
I wouldn't say desensitized because that would mean that I've been around a lot of violence. I haven't. It just doesn't affect me that much, and that kind of upsets me because I feel like it sounds kind of fucked up.
No, I agree.
I just, things like that and like death and those type of things, I just deal with like on my own. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not like watching something like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Like I will think about it by myself a lot, but I don't. react that crazy
Right.
when it's
Like you'll think about it. You'll
Right.
It'll happen in the moment. You'll walk away and be like, huh. And then like maybe 6 hours later be like, that was crazy, right?
and I'm thinking about it hard.
Yeah,
like
of course.
thinking about it deep. But
if it's something like horrible, it's like, whoa, what
Right.
the fuck? Let's talk about it. But if it's just like another fight or another fucking crash.
Often-
well, this is an example, and I think that we'll disagree on this, and it's gonna sound fucked up. But you've seen Dave, the show.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a scene in the first season where they run over a bunny or some sort or whatever.
yeah,
And the girlfriend makes them stop and get out, and like they're thinking about helping the bunny or whatever.
She's like, what are we gonna do
What are
about
you gonna
it?
do? And he's like,
I don't know, it's
just,
dead.
It's
Like,
dead. Like, let's just go.
Yeah.
You would be freaking out saying we got to like do something with this bunny,
Yeah,
right?
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
I would be like,
I've done that.
Like,
let's just carry on.
Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, like it's very sad, but
yeah.
like the bunny's dead now. We got to keep it going.
We got to keep going.
Yeah.
That show, the way
My
that
dad
he
brought
says it is
a
funny.
family of possum home. Is a possum?
Opossum.
Oh, possum.
No, but what is the plural for possum? Just possums?
Possum.
I think it's just
My dad brought a family of possum home
my dad bought a family
because he killed the mom and the babies were behind, and I get it from him. He's like, I don't know what the fuck to do, and he brought all the baby
no,
possums.
they're so
home.
ugly too.
They were cute when they were little, though.
I mean, they're
dangerous,
still
though.
cute even though they're
Yeah,
ugly.
no,
Like, those are
they
so
weren't
ugly that they're
dangerous. They're
cute.
little babies.
They're little babies, but
They were little babies.
What if they just?
And we had to bring them to the wildlife center. My dad got attached, and he's like, "Can we just keep one?" I'm like, "No, we can't.
No,
Yeah,
you
keep
can't
it as
keep a possum as a
They
pet.
probably have rabies. Those
My
things
God.
those things get rabies. I feel bad
Yeah.
for the animals that get rabies because nobody wants them, like raccoons. But like raccoons are sure they have a cute little face, but they're like garbage rats. They're
Weren't
gross.
rabies such a bigger deal when we were younger?
Way bigger
Like
deal.
when you were
I'm so
younger,
afraid of
gonna get
rabies.
I know for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I would see an animal in the wild and be like, I'm getting fucking rabies.
Yeah.
Now you don't think about rabies. It's kind of like the Bermuda Triangle.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, everyone
Right,
always
right.
talked about the Bermuda Triangle. Oh
Yeah.
my God, I'm so scared of it. What's another thing that people always talk
Joseph
about?
Coney.
Coney
Joseph Coney was such a
2012.
big
One
deal,
year, and then no one
2012.
talked
And
about
then
him
nobody.
ever again.
Right.
There's things that people like really
true.
when you're younger, like you really harp
Who says?
on it.
I think somebody.
Tiger Woods. It's just like everyone was like, "Oh no!"
Oh my God!
Yeah,
remember as a
Yeah.
kid finding out that Tiger Woods cheated on his wife?
No, that was
It was like
crazy.
finding out
Changed the
that
world.
It was
Jesus
nuts.
killed somebody.
Yeah.
It was
Uh-huh.
like, whoa.
That was
Tiger.
insane.
I, like, remember the moment.
The hold that Tiger Woods cheating on his wife had on the entire world was nuts.
My favorite
That was
is
just, like,
my favorite
fucking
is
Denny
John. Is
waitresses
what's his
and
face?
Yeah, it's like all right.
John
sick.
Mulaney makes a joke about that being like talking about how the New York Post writes like they're a little old lady in a parking garage, and he's like, oh, hey Madge, like what happened with Tyler or with Tiger and Elon, and it's like she told him to beat it, bozo, like that's like what, and that's how the New York Post like writes their headlines, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
told him to
yeah.
beat it, bozo, and it makes me laugh every single time. But yeah, you're right, that's all that anybody would talk about. The
Rabies.
Somebody,
was another thing
I
people
felt
were
like they were
afraid
going
of
to turn
getting?
into a zombie.
Another-
Rabies.
Another
was
comedian
another
said
thing people were
quicksand. I don't know
afraid.
what comedian said
Quicksand.
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 A
Quicksand.
comedian has said that before me, but they said
Everyone
they're
thought they were
thought
gonna
that was
walk
gonna be a
into
bigger
quicksand.
issue. I was
Volcanoes?
like,
Yes.
volcanoes.
Swine flu.
I had
swine
swine
flu
flu.
was real.
That was
I had
real.
My one of my
Noah,
best
do you
friends.
not know that story?
Yeah.
I had swine flu.
Oh, you had
Really
swine flu?
bad.
I
Yes,
don't know
I
that.
almost couldn't graduate high school.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
Do you guys not know
Never
my
mind.
Swine 09 story?
No,
You probably
no,
know.
I've heard about
Yeah.
your swine.
Yeah.
And one of my
Yeah.
best friends in elementary school was in the hospital from swine flu.
Mine
Swine
too.
flu was real.
She was out for 12
Yeah,
days.
it was crazy.
Out
Swine
of,
flu
was
was
a talk
like-
in a
no.
casket.
And you know what?
I've never been so sick.
You want to know why it
Yeah.
saved her? Because right before that, she had a nude scandal. She was the first in school to send nudes.
No.
And we all found out about it. She sent it to a guy who had a girlfriend. And then she got swine flu. So everyone was like, oh.
Yeah,
Let's
like,
pray
I'm
she
sure
got
you
swine
Got it
flu.
on purpose to distract.
Yeah, probably.
or it was karma.
I got
No,
swine flu on
it
purpose to
wasn't.
distract from my antics of prom weekend. So yeah, that's a big reason.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
definitely why I got
fucking
swine.
tornadoes. And I used to think that I was going to be swept up
Well,
into a fucking
Tornado
Twister.
Alley specifically. I'll never
Yeah.
live in the Midwest
Or
because
Twister.
of Tornado
Twister.
Alley.
Twister because of the ride at
Tornado.
Universal.
The ride was great.
That ride was awesome.
The ride
So
is sick.
sick, but my
yeah, the
dad
ride's
took me
amazing.
You know,
way
I got a
too young.
tornado warning 2 weeks ago at my house on Long Island.
yeah?
And
Yeah,
I ran to
Massachusetts
my basement.
Oh shit!
Because I was like,
You just ran to the basement.
yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Bringing back
Nobody
bad
was
memories.
home.
You don't
Nobody was
want-
home in my
Oh,
house.
fuck.
I took Norman and Oreo, 2 dogs,
Yep.
and I was like, let's go to the basement, guys. And then all of a sudden it was sunny. I was like, why did I just get a
Of
tornado
course.
warning?
Yeah.
It's always like that. I was almost in a tornado, or so I thought, on the Jersey Shore this summer, right after
Oh,
right
yeah.
after 4th of July. There was
After
that like
the-
terrible
and
like
after that-
hurricane came through, and I was alone in this like big ass house that was like already haunted.
After the pump
And-
burst.
Yeah, after the pump burst, it was a whole fucking thing. I'm always talking about
Nasty.
it.
I was in Martha's Vineyard and they wouldn't let us take the ferry back. We had to like
That's
delay the day
crazy.
because the waves were so fucking big.
That's too
scary.
much.
Do you guys think,
Imagine
though,
falling off a boat in
being
a
a-
hurricane.
Terrifying.
No, I mean, you're dead. Right?
Getting swooped
That's
up into a
violent.
tornado, though, don't you think at first, it's obviously going to end really bad,
Mm-hmm.
but at first you're like, whoa, I'm flying.
Probably, yeah.
But I don't know if you can breathe.
That's a
Good
good
answer.
point. That's a good
Good
point.
answer.
That's
The
a good
wind
point.
gets knocked out
I think
of
you
you.
just like.
What about getting the
That's a
wind
good
knocked
point.
out of you? That was a big thing when
I
we
That's
thought
the
were
worst.
my
That
first
happened all the
wind
time.
knocking. Do you remember your first wind
Yeah,
knocking?
cheerleading.
I don't know if I
thought
remember
I
it.
was in gym class in 2nd grade, and I went to the ground and was like, "This is like," I was like fully preparing to die, and my life flashed between my eyes. And my gym teacher was like, "You just got the wind knocked out of you," and I was like, "I need to go to the hospital. Like I'm dying."
I think-
You always say, I just got the wind knocked out of me.
Yeah.
Always, yeah. And then you tell everybody, oh, earlier I got the wind knocked out of me. Like it's forever all day long.
Yeah.
I think
It
I got
was
the wind knocked out of me.
huge, big
I
ordeal.
remember specifically, like, did you guys ever have the bars that you would like hang on on the playground?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they were low, so you could like lean over it and like spin.
Yes.
I was really good at spinning all the way around on the bar. Like you hold up and you just spin. One time I caught myself and like spun too fast and landed on my back. That knocked the wind out of me. And also one time boogie boarding, similar situation. I was like boogie board and whatever, and the boogie board, something about the wave, it like came up underneath my stomach and I like flew over top the boogie board, and the boogie board like cut into my stomach, and I like got out of the water for the rest of the day. I was like, I was like, I'm never boogie, and I think that's the last time I
It's
boogie
so
boarded. Like I'll never
embarrassing
boogie
when
board
you're
again.
older getting the wind knocked out of you because you're
forget
like,
it. Yeah, you're like,
You ever get in the when
the
you're
worst.
riding the waves of the ocean and the ocean you get fucking knocked over and then it's like
yes,
in
oh
the
yeah,
sand and
and you're like,
everything.
and you're like, this is it, I'm drowning,
yeah, no,
I'm
you're
drowning. This is
I let the
you
wave
come up,
take
you're
over.
on the shore and like
Yeah.
your bathing suit top is
You're
like
naked.
off
You're
you.
fully
Your
naked.
nipples are out.
and everywhere.
Your vagina's
and your
hanging
nipples are
out.
out.
Yeah, my whole
get up,
vagina's out. There's
you
sand
walk
in it.
back to your spot. You're like, oh my god, I'm never going back in the ocean.
You have sand
That's
up your ass
happened to
for
me
years.
so many times.
The amount of times my nipples have been out on the beach, like it's sick. It's like
so
and I'm
annoying.
always
You
worried
can't
about
even
it.
enjoy it.
So
No.
and you look around thinking everyone watched you. Nobody saw, but you're like,
No one saw.
Have you ever done one of those wave simulator things?
yes,
The
in
surfing
Disney.
simulator
Oh my
things?
god, those are so impossible.
Fully got naked exposed on that. I broke my neck. I
it's
went
the
back.
worst.
My bottoms were gone. I had to literally at my ankles, and I was fucking like
stop. No,
not
stop.
kidding.
That's
And
the best.
At
It's
California
mortifying.
on a
Mortifying.
boardwalk. No, thank fucking God. On a
Mortifying.
boardwalk, so many people, surfer dudes walking by. I'm 13, thinking I'm gonna get a surfer boy. I'm naked. I'm like telling my friend to grab my bottoms. It was so humiliating. The instructor had to take his shirt off
So
and
bad.
wrap it around me
Your vagina
so we
with
could
it?
find my bottom.
Right, of
Ew.
course.
Yes.
No, that's terrible.
I wrote-
also,
Oh,
you're
that was-
13.
yeah, you're
like
13.
I'm
what-
getting, like,
that's
you're like you're like
horrible.
I'm getting
just getting
sweaty
hair on
thinking
your
about how
vagina.
horrible
No,
that
I'm so
was.
sorry. I'm so
I rode
sorry.
a
was so
dolphin
horrible.
in the Bahamas and my pants fell down. We have it on video. I was 7 years old.
my
Because they go
God.
like this. They do by the tips of your feet.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
shh. And
Oh,
as
when you
I
come
went
up,
up, it's like
boom.
boom. My
Yeah.
pants fell down. It's all on video.
Yeah.
Whole thing's on tape.
No, I would literally
You
kill
gotta
myself.
wear
I'm
one
sorry.
pieces to those occasions.
You always say wear
That's
that.
actually a good
Yeah.
call. Wait, do
you're
you
going
guys
surfing, wear
remember
one
in
piece.
Aruba when Kelly and Fran got knocked off the banana
Oh my
boat
God, yeah.
violently?
Oh my God. I forget if I was wearing I forget what
violently?
bathing suit I
Remember
was
when we
wearing
all
that day.
violently got
Oh my
knocked
god,
off?
me
Well, that
and
was when
Grace.
you guys, your
me
other
and
one
I'm
Grace.
tubing.
Oh my god,
You
me,
did the tube
Bree,
one.
and Grace
They got
went
knocked off
tubing,
hard.
That
and
was
we all
My
beat the
chains,
shit out of
my
each other.
chains snapped in half. and
Our
ripped my
legs
necklaces.
were knocking into each other. We walked off defeated.
Like
We had
this.
bruises all over our body. Remember, you and Fran were relaxing on the chairs because you had just fallen off
we
the
had already-
banana
yeah, you
boat.
fell off the banana boat, and I was
we
like, I'm
came
done.
back, and
Like,
you
I
guys were
can't.
like, "What happened?" We were like, "We just got the shit beat out of
You
us
look like
tubing."
you guys look like you had
was
been through war. Like
crazy.
we
We
were.
I
did.
was so sore the next
And the
day.
guy looked back at us laughing. He was
Yeah,
like,
he's like, "Do it
ah.
again."
We were like, no, we're done. We flipped
I
off
don't
the
get
tube
it.
in the water.
And
We
in
thought
the
we were
middle of the
done.
ocean, I'm like, there's a shark here. I'm gonna
Yeah,
die.
middle of ocean. We're stuck.
Yeah, so deep in the ocean. Like we
So
forget
deep.
about like how fucking deep in the ocean we were. Like
No,
That
so
was
scary.
very
really
far out.
funny.
Like it was horrifying. Falling off
eyes
that
were
banana
so
boat.
red, yeah.
Falling off the banana boat was maybe one of my like most painful things that's happened to me in a
I
long time.
still
Like,
have-
that was
I remember-
because I knew that was coming for me. Like everybody was so hyped about the banana boat, and in my head I was like, I don't
Kelly
want to do
just,
this. Like I don't want to do this
I
at all.
remember the
But I was like,
visual.
yeah, no, everybody wants to do it. I had a couple drinks. It's like fine, sure, like we'll be all right. But I was like, I know
oh my
the minute I
God.
get on here, I do not have the strength to hold myself on, and I will fall off. And I knew it.
I
It was
have
gonna
the
happen.
visual in my head. I could not fucking the video of us of me just going off the pirate boat, just falling straight in the water. It's just
give up.
Boom.
Belly flop.
I have the visual of Fran and Kelly just flying off the banana boat, replaying in my brain because I remember being like keeled over, laughing so hard I couldn't fucking
I look
breathe.
back to talk to everyone. Two of them are gone. I'm like, I can't see because I'm in the front. The
and me, you,
water's
and Grace
in
were
the-
just
whipped
having the
around
time
so
of our
bad.
lives, like bumping away.
We're getting whipped
Banana
around
boats are
so
violent,
bad.
yeah.
That was
I'm
that
getting
was
lightheaded right now thinking of that.
That was an
was so-
extremely
no,
violent
the pirate
day.
boat. I fell in love in that pirate boat.
Oh no, the
remember?
pirate boat was amazing.
Oh,
Pirate
yeah.
boat
So
was
much
amazing.
fun.
I'm talking about the banana boat was
Oh yeah, no, the
that was
banana boat.
That was
but
a
the
violent
Pirate
day.
Boat, me and Grace both just went down.
That
was
we had a
mine
flawless
was perfect. I say mine was
ballerina.
backflip.
I spun
but-
around. Yes, you did good shit too. That was not difficult, but I had done something like that before, so I knew that first drop, I was like, I gotta hold on tight for this, because otherwise you go straight down.
Grace immediately was like, I have no upper body strength. Don't watch.
Yeah.
The video
Only
of
reason I
me
knew.
is so embarrassing, and I was also like 30 pounds heavier. We looked back on that the other day. Like, it's just so fucking funny.
Rhea sends pictures of her from the Aruba trip and goes, "Why the fuck didn't anyone tell me?" I was like, "What are you talking about?"
At the time,
Show her
Kelly,
the picture.
I was.
I said, what picture are you
No.
looking
This
at?
picture's
I was
violent.
legit 30 pounds heavier. Like, I don't know what.
All I can remember in Aruba really though is like your big fat ass. Like,
Yeah, no,
you're,
like
the
my big
fattest
fat
of
ass
all
was
time.
even bigger and fatter.
Yeah. That's it. But everybody loved it. Everybody loved
Oh,
it.
the guys on the boat
Yeah,
loved
of
it.
course.
But wait, you look at them; they're fucking laughing over here because of how much thicker I was. No,
see
it's
it.
fine. Oh,
Oh
that's
no,
funny.
it's just
Wait, look at this. It actually is insane. I also
Should we
have the
post
video
this
of
on
me
because we got high pitch?
Yeah, no, let's post the video of me just
eating
in the
shit.
water. Wait,
Yeah.
watch this video,
It's worth
Kelly.
it.
Watch this. Who is that?
I remember it as clear as day.
You're like, no, I actually remember
might have
you
taken
looking
that
like
video,
that.
to be honest.
Wait.
But no, you just like were wearing a thong bathing suit. I think
No,
that's
no,
why.
no,
When's
no,
the last time
no,
you
no.
wore a thong bathing suit except for that?
Wait. Who is that?
Oh no, that picture is
Is it the
bad.
one- is it
That's
the
a
bad
bad
one?
pic.
It's that one.
That's the horrible picture.
That's
It's
a
just
bad
like
pic.
horrible
It's
angle
just
where
not-
you're no.
bad
But
angle.
let's
That's
just
over.
be honest. I was 30 pounds heavier, and like that's
The
okay.
other photos of you that day
That's
are
completely
not like
fine.
that.
It's I don't think I look
The
bad.
other photos of you today
Wait,
don't look like that.
Look,
Like,
wait,
that
watch
looks crazy.
this. Let's all
No,
reminisce on
video
this
is-
one.
This video is I can't wait.
30-pound heavier Rhea just fucking falling flat on her face into the water.
I don't remember your video. Let me see your video.
Watch. We might have to post this on because we got high
Your
now.
Yeah.
hand slipped so bad. It was just.
No, my hands didn't slip. I didn't have any upper body strength. It was all my ass. My ass took me down. My ass took me down.
Your ass 100% took you down. Your ass 100% took you. Your
Gee,
ass
I'm
is
about to
violent.
send this to you so you can watch it.
Your ass is violent.
Yeah,
That's just
my
that's
ass
just
is
it.
violent.
Your ass is violent. Your ass is
Especially
violent.
on that boat in Aruba. That
It
shit
was.
violent.
It was violent. It was deadly. It was deadly
eating,
and
it was
violent.
eating up that bathing suit.
It was eating up that bathing suit. It was eating up all those attendant men. They
Yeah.
loved you so much.
Oh,
Yeah.
the men working
Too
on the
much.
boat.
I miss them. I want to go back for that reason.
What was it? Jolly Pirate?
Yeah, the Jolly
Pirate. Jolly Pirate was a
Yep.
good ass time.
Now
Good ass
show
time.
Noah because I know he's interested now.
I have to see it if you want.
No, I mean no, I don't give
No,
a
it's
fuck.
it's worth seeing. It's worth seeing. It's a good. I want to see Noah's reaction.
Just goes
It's like the most
straight down.
unathletic thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's not good. Whatever.
Well, whatever. What are you gonna do?
No, yeah, we move past.
Separately from that, back on the topic of violence. Did you know that
I thought we were talking about violence the whole time.
I know.
About
We were talking about your
ass.
violent ass.
That violent
Those
ocean.
cheeks. True, but did you know that violence is addictive? Apparently, people say
Yes.
I
this.
see that.
I feel like I knew that in my soul, but to see it, I saw it in like 3 different Psychology Today articles being like, violence is addictive and why, and blah, 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 blah. And it's mostly just because people see it and they feel like they want to see more to desensitize themselves, kind of.
Oh, it's addicting to watch.
Yeah.
Oh,
People are like addicted to watching it and to like doing it.
Oh, I
and-
think
and
doing it.
It's
I
like
think
all things.
do you think if you kill one
It's the
person, you can't
feeling.
stop?
yes,
Probably.
If
I were to
think
kill
it's like a
somebody,
drug.
I don't think
Yeah.
I'd stop. Yeah, it'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
like you can't just kill once and then what?
I think that's
I'd have to
why. I
perfect
think
it,
that's
right?
why I
You have
get.
to-
I think that's why I get horny when I get angry.
Well, that makes sense too.
Because when
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
younger, I would get angry a lot.
Yeah.
And then like
and then you'd like rub all over your pillow sheets or whatever. Yeah, we know. We know.
I think I
Yeah,
get
you're
like
humping everyone in kindergarten class.
well, that's me.
Or
We
you're
talked
beating
about
the
this.
shit out of the teacher.
Yeah. We talked about this. That's my shit with like when I'm sad. Like when I'm sad as fuck and I'm like crying and I'll be like, I'll stop crying. I'll be like, well, I guess it's time to masturbate now. Like,
yeah.
it's just like,
right, like
I get it
I'll
out.
get into
Makes no
a
sense.
fight and then I'll be like, well, I guess it's time to
Yeah,
you know.
well, like I gotta put this energy somewhere. It's like bizarre.
It's got to go somewhere.
The thing I also saw most commonly paired with that narrative that violence is addictive was the video game argument. The video games are violent, changed everybody's lives. And I'll be honest, when I was little and my older cousins were playing fucking GTA.
That one scarred me a little. I was hitting.
It was
cars. I was like, I want to hit
wild.
another
fun.
bitch. Yeah.
That was wild.
Look at this whore.
Yeah, when they're like, let's fucking kill this hooker. I was like, what?
What?
I was like, oh, look at her. I'd be
Yes.
like, look at her, she's sweet. Kill kill her, fuck her, fuck this bitch. I'd be like, oh wow, okay, like just the
But then
worst.
it's just like, oh, I kind of like it. Let's kill all the
I was like, all
hookers.
right, well, so the objects are we have to drive the car around, kill the hookers, and then get back home. Like that's always the thing for video games. But I completely agree with that argument, though, that video games have made people more violent. Like I think
You
that.
think so? I
You
never
don't think
understood that.
Call of Duty has like made kids want to just like shoot all
but
day long?
I never understood when people were like, I won't let my kids play Call of Duty.
I feel like
Because like if your kid has it in you, then he
That's
fucking
true.
has it in you. If he doesn't have it in you, then he doesn't. Like my brother played Call of Duty. He's like the most sensitive guy ever.
True,
He's not fucking out here shooting people.
No.
Yeah, I think if your kid's gonna be a murderer,
Like
it's, up to
it's just
him.
born in you.
I don't disagree with that. I think that the age limits are important on games like that. Like I feel like there were kids, like little kids playing those games. And
Yeah,
it's
there
like,
shouldn't be
that to
like
me
a
is weird.
6-year-old killing hookers in GTA.
No, you don't need
no,
that.
that's
Like what's
wrong.
it?
No,
what are-
that's
I
for
don't know what
us.
those
Yeah,
games are
that's
rated.
our
adults.
game. Yeah.
Leave the killing of the hookers
Right,
up to
like
us.
those games are rated for teens, but I guess it's the same thing as like sneaking into a movie. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I snuck into every movie. Like I was always trying to go to these movies underage because I just wanted horror movies are always rated R. You know,
Yeah.
but they're the best. I love horror movies so much. I don't know. What about why do you think people are so obsessed with like true crime podcasts? People
Because it's
people
real
die
life
for
and it's
true
like
crime.
crazy scary.
And
I've never
scandalous
gotten
details.
into true crime.
No,
because
I'm kind of surprised.
I
by
love
that.
watching.
I like the documentaries, like Netflix documentaries and all that I'm into, but shit like that freaks me out. Death really scares me. Like I don't like thinking about the fact that those are real possibilities that can happen to me at any moment in time. Like I could walk out of here right now and just get fucking murdered on the street. It's a real thing that
Scares
happens.
me way
that's
more
true.
than
And
scary
it's-
movies.
And it scares me
Agreed.
wholeheartedly. Like I stay up at night thinking about it sometimes because
Damn.
it genuinely
if I watch,
freaks me out.
scary thing, I'll be sitting in bed and I'm like, well, someone can come in right now and come and tie me up and kill me, and they're going
Totally.
to live stream it on the dark web.
Yep.
Like, I don't like listening to that because then I know it's real life.
Right.
But
know
when you
what
watch a
could
scary
happen.
movie, it's like, oh, it's a fucking movie.
Sometimes I like to, I guess it's kind of the same vein as like desensitizing yourself, but I like to listen to those podcasts or watch those shows or watch the scary movies or whatever. So I'm constantly prepared for like what could possibly happen. Like nothing will surprise me.
That's
And,
my
like,
mom.
You know? And so like if somebody comes through my window, which I already know, at some point someone's going to come up my fire escape, come through my window. That's why I have strategic weapons placed around my house at this point, but I know it's going to happen because it's like a quick entry into my apartment. I am never paying attention to it. Sometimes I leave the window open like for some fresh air. I just know it's going to happen, but I'm fucking prepared. And I know that maybe they'll tie me up in the live stream it. Maybe they'll cut my head off and throw it in the middle of my lobby. Like, I don't know. I'm prepared though.
Imagine
just
Kelly
know.
Keeke's head
I
just
just know.
comes down the lobby.
Right? Like down the stairs, down my walk
Stop.
upstairs.
Stop it.
Imagine you're walking up to your apartment. It's just, bloop,
And
Kelly
it's just
Keeke's
my head.
That's
Hanging in front of like the
They put it on a
peephole.
Christmas ornament.
like
Holy
that.
shit.
Oh my god, they hang it on your tree around Christmas time.
Right.
You're the star.
I'm the star. My head is the star.
Oh my God.
Oh my god. How about
Kelly
this?
invites us over, and
How
we
about
go
this? How
over an
about this?
hour later, and we walk in. Her head's on top
and
of
then
the
they
tree.
use our heads as ornaments.
Yes.
How about this? You guys come over my house, right? You're at my house already. I say, I'll be right back. I go to the store, but actually I don't make it to the store. In the hallway, someone kills me and they cut my head off and they hang it in front of my like peephole where my eye is looking in. And then they knock on the door and you
With
guys
your
go,
head?
who is it? And you look in the peephole and it's my eye and you're like, oh shit.
And then
And, it's
we
actually
open
just
it.
my head hanging.
Oh my God.
The fact that you just thought of all that fucking scares me a lot.
bit.
It freaks me out.
little
Freaks me
bit.
out a little bit.
I watch a lot of scary
You stay,
shit.
you stay prepared.
All right, Kelly. So you're talking about how you have weapons strategically placed all around your apartment.
Yes, I do.
Do you have a taser?
I absolutely do, Brie.
Of course you do. You have a taser. We already know I sleep with my taser next to me. I slept with it under my pillow. It keeps me safe. There's a lot of violent people in the world.
Lots.
And, you know, the only way to fight violence against yourself is with a weapon. And
It is.
you don't want to use a gun. That's too scary.
Too
we can't handle a
scary.
gun. So you'd want
Too permanent.
a taser. Yeah. And so what's too permanent? Yeah, that's murder. And then we go to jail.
That's murder. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a sloppy
At least
murder.
with a taser, you can like get away.
Yep.
But this is cool. This is the Taser Pulse Plus. So this is like the legit one that the police use. And you shoot someone and then it sends out your pin location of where you are. And then responders come and they can come find you. And then you can get away from the murderer or the creepy person in your apartment that's on your fire escape.
It's perfect.
So this is perfect for you. If you want to protect yourself or protect your family, you can go to Taser Pulse Plus. You can get the Taser Pulse Plus today and save 15% at taser.com/discount/high, spelled TASER.com/discount/high. Taser.com/discount/high. Supplies are limited and restrictions apply, so see the website for details.
I stay prepared.
does.
Like that could happen.
You're
you know?
ready for
so I
all
gotta
sorts
be
of
ready.
things.
I
feel like
gotta
I'm
be
gonna get
ready.
murdered
I know,
tonight.
and I almost feel like Kelly is capable of doing that to somebody because she has all different angles
No.
of how it's going to happen to her.
If she like bulked up you could.
I could really beat the shit
You
out
gotta
of somebody.
start bulking
Well, that's
up.
what I was
Not
just
even
gonna say.
like to beat
I'm
them up.
sorry,
To
but
just
you
be
need
prepared.
to start hanging out with Jersey Jerry.
I want to start like
and
No, if
working
you
out
like,
a
I'm
little
saying
bit,
like
I
you
think.
got like a fucking fitness. Like if she was like she could be the best murderer ever.
I could.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
could. Honestly,
No, but
in
no, the
response,
reason she
in
could be a
response to
best
what you were just
murderer-
saying, you just said like, I'm afraid you could do that, whatever. I was about to be like, oh no, I could never. Not because I couldn't mentally, physically I couldn't do it.
No, but
That's
Like,
what I was
couldn't
saying.
Cut somebody's head off.
You
So,
need
yeah.
to bulk up.
She would
if I
almost
could.
be a better murderer this way because they wouldn't expect it.
True. They'd be like, she's so weak.
Yeah. Oh, she's so.
I do, and that- and
fragile.
I-
Strong to be a murderer.
That's true. I just have to have good weapons.
Well,
Yeah,
you
you don't
just
have
have
to
to
be
play it
quicker
like
than
a
Dexter.
chainsaw, like anyone can.
yeah,
turn
but
off.
that's too loud. No,
No,
come on. I don't want
Dexter.
to give away my. I don't
You
want to
hit
give
them
away
on
my
a little
spot.
thing, and then they wake up and they're on a table for you.
Exactly.
And
Kind
they're
of like
saran
Dexter.
wrapped.
Kind of like Dexter.
Like Dexter, yeah.
Exactly.
So
All
like
right, this
Dexter.
is a weird way to wrap up this conversation, but
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Sure.
How would you murder somebody?
Ooh.
Okay. Just her, or are we all answering?
I think we should all answer.
We should
it.
all answer. We should all answer.
How would you dispose of the body?
Yeah, yeah. How
Right.
would you
Both?
murder somebody, and how would you dispose of the body?
Okay, give it to murder
I
queen
feel like
first.
Yeah, I
murder.
think she knows.
It
Yeah.
depends very much on who I'm murdering.
And where?
Whoever I'm actually no, it doesn't matter who I'm murdering. But whoever this person is, I need to become close with. I need to become good friends with. So
Okay,
much so.
here's he's a tall white male.
Okay, easy. Please take me like 2 seconds. I'll let go on one date. Okay, then like get keys to his apartment. Like we're dating now, and really easy to do. And then you just it has to be slow. Like if you don't want to get caught for murder, you have to do like slow poison. But you have to do the kind of poison that like it only lasts in your system for like a couple days, but it has to be consistent for like a few weeks, right?
Okay.
And then once they're poisoned, you like remove all traces of yourself in there, and you eventually it'll come back to like, oh, do you know this person? Like whatever. And then you are the victim. Like, oh my God, like we went on a couple dates and he never called me back. And I always wondered why. Like, I don't get it.
So you give yourself
And so
enough
you have
days to clear it out. So it's a slow poison. So
It's
you
a,
can clear
you
out
have
yourself.
to do a slow
Okay.
poison. That's where people get fucked up all the time. They do like crime of passion murders where they just like slice somebody open and whatever. It's like, you can't do that, idiot. That's why you're going to go to jail.
That's
You
true.
have to slowly poison. And then if you eventually have to like get rid of a body, the only way you're going to get
I'm
rid
not
of a body.
taking a single thing from you.
No. The only way you can get rid of a body is if like you are living in the middle of nowhere. Like you can't
Right.
you can't
Can't do it.
transport
How
a
would you
body.
dispose of a
dead,
body?
But what about
dead
burning?
weight?
I always
Ridiculous.
wonder why people don't just burn everything.
I always think that too. It's the smell.
You could smell
People
it.
always
dead
talk.
body.
People
And
always
there's
talk
always
about the
remains.
smell.
deep into the woods, you just burn it.
People always talk about the smell. I
No,
don't know.
but you would be able
also
to-
too. You can tell like human remains that have been burned. Like bones
They don't-
always
they
burn
don't
all the way
fully
down.
burn.
Yeah.
They don't
teeth,
fully
right?
burn.
Like there's like shit that just doesn't burn. Yeah.
A sock
shit doesn't
maybe
burn.
could be left behind.
It leaves room
the
for
sock
margin
would
of
burn.
error. Mostly you
sock
have
could be
to
left
murder and like
behind.
leave the person who was murdered like in their own habitat, and you need to like clear yourself out of it. Like
I'm
people are
gonna-
always like trying to
yeah.
hide the
Have
body.
you
It's like hide
murdered some-
yourself.
Yeah.
You ever see the
Have
end of
you
The
murdered
Departed?
somebody?
Yes.
Like no, but I'm
Swearing
strapped if I need
Yeah.
to.
How would you do it? I actually I actually just thought for a second how I literally have zero idea.
I don't
just-
think
it's
I
very
could be
situational.
like violent with it. I think I would make it look like they overdosed.
Totally.
But maybe I'll torture them. Like
Oh, well, of
I'll
course.
make
You need
them.
to have some
I'll make
torture.
them eat all the pills or
Yeah.
something.
you have to have a little
Like,
bit of
are we
torture.
being murderers? Like we do scary stuff?
Yeah.
Or are we just
Yeah.
like doing like
This
oh
is-
I have to kill this
no,
person?
no, they didn't do anything to you. You're just murdering them.
Like I'm evil.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
just evil. Yeah.
So yeah.
so
So like
maybe some
Dexter, like
torture.
I would torture them and make them take all the drugs and see what they do.
Have they like
because I don't
want
want
to
to do the drugs.
Way? That's a good question.
They maybe you just
No, we're just murderers.
Maybe they just
or
looked
maybe
at
you're
you
just
the
a
wrong
murderer.
way.
Like,
We're just
they
psychos. We're
You're just
murderers.
all
psychos.
right. All right. Yeah. All right.
I don't know. I just don't know. Like I'm trying to think of how I could do it in like a stealth way, but
It's hard.
I just feel like I'm like pretty loud about things, so I don't know if I could do it secretly.
You know what I would
I
also
know.
I would love to murder somebody in the way that's like
I think I would tell somebody,
they're
like,
so
immediately.
allergic
I
to
was gonna say, I don't
something.
think you could keep a secret.
No,
You'd
you
be
would
like,
tell.
I
You
just
would tell.
killed this.
Anytime
Yeah, you'd be like,
paranoia.
yo, in the group chat, yo, you guys, get a picture.
Anytime
What do I do with
something-
this?
no.
It's a dead body.
Literally, anytime I do something wrong or whatever, I have to tell somebody. Like
Yeah.
I can't keep it inside. I'm like, I did this, and I have to get it off my chest.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
big like karma person, so I'm like, if I I don't know.
I'm too paranoid. I would think
Yeah.
that everyone know the police are knocking at my door every
Right.
5 seconds. I'd flee the country immediately.
Well, also, yeah, you got to flee the country.
I
Like,
would,
that's
though,
just
yeah.
goes without saying. Like you got to
Yeah, but
get
if
the
you
hell
flee
out.
the country, that's more suspicious. If you stick around,
Well, that's why it has
I
to be like
couldn't
a
stick
slow
around,
burn.
though.
Like if you if you
every
murder.
time she says slow burn, I get chills down my body because I'm like,
Every time.
I don't know.
Because if you murder someone right away, it's like there's no time. The police will catch up with you. Like you have to make this plan. Like
I'd be so bad.
Fleeing
at
the country.
murdering.
It's like you got to tell all your friends for weeks. Like I booked a trip to Italy. Like I'm so excited to go. It's in 3 weeks. Like there was a great deal on flights or something. Like you just make up some shit
There
like
it
why
is.
you're going to Italy,
Right.
and then while you're in Italy, oh no, my boyfriend dropped dead. That's fucking crazy. And then you come home and you're like, he's dead. And then maybe even you call the police. Nobody suspects the person that calls the police. Not at first, at least.
What show was it, or real life thing where the person called the police?
The dad that killed
A lot of things.
The recent one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What's
a
his
lot
name?
of shit. It's always like
Fucking Chris or something. He killed his wife and the children.
No, he killed the children, or both of them.
He killed all of them.
He killed all of them.
and then he called the police, right?
He called the police
Because he
and was
wanted
like,
to start a new life.
he was like,
with
I
some
don't know
other
where
girl.
my family is. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
he
yeah.
was with his mistress.
Sometimes people do that.
Show recent. Oh, The Undoing.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
The Undoing.
Oh yeah, where he was like, I don't know what the hell. He played
Like,
it
he
wrong,
was,
though.
like, going talking to the cops
I
and
called
everything.
him being the murderer of that girl. Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but it
people
was
were
too
like, people were like,
easy.
it's too easy, and then it was like,
then it
oh
was
no, that's
literally
just
just
what
that.
it is.
Yeah.
I kind of want to rewatch that.
Me
It's
too.
a
That
good
was
show.
fucking
That was
good.
good.
That was
Honestly,
really
smart on him for trying to frame his son.
Wait,
Yeah,
when
right?
he started to
Fuck.
frame
So
his
savage.
son, I was like, this motherfucker
That was
is
crazy.
nuts.
That
That's
was
when I knew
fucked.
it was him. I
Yeah.
was like, he's trying
Yeah.
to frame the 7-year-old.
Yep, yep.
That was so crazy.
That
That
was
was
so
nuts.
good, though.
That's a
That
good
show
show.
was
I
great.
love
Really good.
Hugh Grant too.
Oh my
He's
god,
great.
Hugh Grant played the
So
fuck
hot.
out of that role.
Yeah,
and
he
he
did.
was so
Yeah,
hot.
he
Yeah.
did.
He's a
He was
good
a
murderer.
murderer.
Unfortunately, he was really hot in it.
Unfortunately,
His
yeah.
was kind of like a crime of passion a little bit, right? Like it was just in the moment they were fucking, weren't they? Or was that
Yeah, because he didn't.
He just
go
killed
in.
the
It
No,
was
no,
like
he didn't
right
plan
after
on killing
it.
her,
he
though.
didn't plan? Yeah.
I think it was like
But
right
he was like,
after
I
it.
have to because you can't.
They
tell
had
anyone.
they had like just been
No, she-
together or
No,
something.
She was like-
she did something to him.
He said, "Stay away
But
from my family," and she was like, basically,
Oh,
like,
she was
no.
obsessed with the wife.
Yeah. He said to stay away from her family, and she wouldn't. And then
And
he
he
was
was like,
like,
"Oh, I
She
gotta
was
kill
trying
her."
to right, like she was trying to like snitch on him, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he was
get-
the
she
father
was-
of the baby.
She was getting close to
Yes,
the
he was
wife.
the father of the baby.
Of her.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Spoilers, I guess.
Oh yeah, I literally just thought, oh wait, now nobody can watch the
Yeah,
Undoing.
yeah, he's
well,
the father.
sorry,
It's too late.
It's show came out a long time ago.
You know, a really big mistake that people make when they are on the run for murder. They start using credit cards and such. They use credit cards. They leave a trail
Under different names.
And I will never have to worry about that because I don't have any credit cards because my credit is terrible. And thankfully, I have Credit Karma to help me.
Is this going into
This is an
voicemails
ad.
after?
Yeah, this is an ad going
Okay.
into voicemails. And before we do that, we'll talk about Credit Karma because we all need a little help. We all need a little help in our credit.
Especially
I don't care.
you.
Especially
Kelly
me.
the most,
Definitely
yeah.
me number one for sure. But you never know. You always need a little bit of help. You're always trying to check your score. Credit Karma has got you covered. And at Credit Karma, you can check out multiple loan offers side by side. And members who compare loan offers on Credit Karma save an average of 30% on interest rates. And if you're ready to apply, you can head to creditkarma.com/loan offers to see personalized offers with your approval odds right now. Go to creditkarma.com/loan offers to find the loan for you. And that is creditkarma.com/loan offers again. And for real, Credit Karma is great. I legit do use it. It's great. It's nice to keep track of what you're doing. And, one of these days I'm going to get another credit card. I can't wait. But for now, Credit Karma is what I got.
Hell
so
yeah.
let us get into the voicemails, shall we?
Yes.
We shall.
All right, girls, let us get into a couple of these voicemails. Noah, will you please play True Crime in the Morning first?
Hello, guys. It's literally 7:30 in the morning, and I'm calling you guys about violence. And I have a podcast that I listen to I have my weekly podcast, and when it drops that day, I get excited. I listen to it. Well, it's Monday, and my fave True Crime podcast comes out, so I'm about to turn that on. Like, why is it 7:30 in the morning, and I want to start my day with violence? But I'm not a violent person, but I love listening to it and hearing the stories. Is it because I love drama? Is it because I'm intrigued? I don't know. But, yeah, I'm about to go listen to true crime and then go be a social worker, so I don't know what the fuck that says about me. But happy Monday.
I think this girl,
Yeah.
like we said, is like addicting to listen to.
Yeah,
It
for
is.
sure.
It's like you get to watch it unfold, and you don't have to be a part of it.
Right.
And once you're in it, and once you like these type of things, then you just want to keep hearing about it.
100%. And also the true crime stuff, it does have a lot of violence in it, but it also has more of like the mystery solving aspects to it always. And everybody loves a good mystery. Everybody
yeah.
loves to solve a mystery.
Yeah. Usually
The,
everyone in the true crime shit gets caught. So
Always, yeah, always. What's Scooby and the Gang? What are they called? Just Scooby and the Gang? The Mystery Machine? That's their car?
Right?
No,
that's Ghostbusters.
No, Scooby-Doo. Just like, what's their crew
Mystery
called?
Machine.
The Mystery Machine is their car. It's all right. They're just the Mystery Gang. The gang.
Scooby and the Gang.
Scooby and the Gang.
Wait,
I like
do they have a gang name?
I like
That's
Scooby
kinda
and the
I thought they
Gang.
had like a name. Yeah. Like the Mystery Gang.
The Clue Hunters.
Scooby-Doo gang name. Mystery
Gang.
Incorporated.
Yeah.
Mystery
Mystery
Incorporated. That's what they're called.
yes,
And they have the
okay.
Mystery Machine. All right, cool. Glad we got that out of our
Mythbusters.
Save my life. All right, let's now go to crying violence.
Hey, this is Anna from Dallas, Texas, calling about violence. I just kind of got a weird thing with violence. Wasn't sure if y'all could relate. For some reason, whenever I see it, my immediate reaction is to start crying. It's so fucking embarrassing. So, like, I have two notable times where this happened. One, I was not 13, sneaking into a PG-13 movie, ended up getting caught. It was fine. But a fight broke out between some random guy that I was at the movies with me and my friends and, like, these people. And, like, I just started crying. Like, lost any of my cool status from, like, sneaking into the movie. And then when I was a senior in high school, you'd think I would have grown out of it by now, a fight broke out in the hallway. I somehow ended up was the only other person in the hallway. Instead of, like, I don't know, getting a teacher, I guess that would be kind of narky, but whatever. I started fucking crying and, like, ran down the hallway so no one would see me. And I, like, ran into my friend and she's like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, there's a fight down there. And it ended up being, like, the fight of the century. And I couldn't even stay and watch because I was too busy crying. But yeah, hopefully I haven't witnessed a fight in a while. So hopefully I've grown out of it now. But yeah, it kind of makes me look like a little bitch. All right, bye, gals.
I think we talked about our reactions to violence and how we all feel about it, but I think that there are some people who get like that, like they just can't handle it, which,
Right,
is,
it's just
which would be normal. Like, violence is scary.
I feel like that too. I also feel like I would have been the bitch though on the side, being like, "Why is she crying? Like it's just a fight." Like I would have been like trying to act
Why
cool
is she being
about
a baby?
it. Yeah, like grow up for real. But no, it's a perfectly normal response to
not enjoy violence.
You're more normal than we are.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay, and lastly, this might be my favorite voicemail, like literally ever. Intrusive thoughts. Noah, please.
Oh God.
Made me laugh.
Kelly's voice is so soothing. She should read like those audiobook porns. Anyway, hi.
It was nice also.
Love the pod. My name's Naima. I'm calling in for the V episode for violence. Do you guys ever get like really intrusive thoughts? Like very violent thoughts? Like, are you ever driving and you see a pedestrian and you just like flash through your brain like, wow, I should hit that person with my car? Or like there was one time I was
literally happened to me the other day.
I still remember this. I was sitting at a dinner table at like a restaurant and somebody had like a baby and somebody was drinking a beer next to me and I just had this thought like, wow, I should smash this beer bottle over this baby's head. Do you ever have like really violent, intrusive thoughts?
Yes.
Like
every day,
all the time.
Anyway, love the pod. Love you guys. Bye.
Smash the beer
she's
bottle
like,
off the baby's
that,
head.
No, it like killed me, and it still kills me. Like I don't know why.
Every time I'm
so
driving, I think that I am
Always.
like I could crash this car.
Like, what if I
into
just bowl all
somebody?
these people over?
Right, like, or
who's-
I could
who's
just
gonna say anything?
or I could just crash
Please.
myself. Like I could just fucking crash into the wall and kill myself right now.
Always.
I always
Whenever
think
I'm
that.
driving on like a steep cliff, I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Like,
whoa. And this is the Thanksgiving
I lost
story
control.
where I literally was like, I could walk into the kitchen, get a knife, and kill my whole family right now.
We went to the
100%.
gun range and Clemson, and I was like, what if I just turn around and shoot everyone in the room? And I was like, whoa, I gotta put this down.
Or it's like when in school in a classroom, you thought like I could just get up and fucking scream violently right now if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Always.
Intrusive thoughts are so real, and they used to bug me out so much that my mom brought me to literally, this was like a couple years ago when I still went to my pediatrician. My mom didn't know what to do with me. She was like, all right, I got to take you to the pediatrician. And the pediatrician gave me a book, and it was just about intrusive thoughts. And she was like, this is
that's nice,
so
though.
normal.
Yeah.
Like, I need you to, and I read the book, and it was just about how, I got to get the name of it. It was just like about how normal it is to think these things, and everyone thinks it. It's just about if you act on it. Like, if you act on it, you have an issue. If you think on it, it's very normal.
Right,
like,
then it's like whatever.
Everybody has intrusive thoughts, whether they say them or they don't.
Mm-hmm.
My most common intrusive thought is when I'm going down the stairs to the subway and people are in front of me, I just want to push them.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of my way.
I could just fucking punch
I was
this
like,
person
fuck all
right
you
now.
people, or like kick them,
Yeah.
or like you see somebody with struggling with a lot of shit. I just
Yeah.
want to go over and push them over.
I always want to
Like,
beat
so
up the
bad.
TSA security
Yeah,
at fucking
yeah,
the
yeah.
airport. I'm like, what if I
Jump,
just
like,
fucking
jump the
hit them?
turns.
Yeah.
They don't have any
Yeah.
weapons.
Oh my God.
Right.
The possibilities are endless.
They really are. They really are. So shout out to this girl. The beer bottle over the baby's head. I'm with you. Like, that's crazy, you know, but I love
Yeah.
it. Thank you as always for everybody calling in. If you want to call in for next time, it is 551-258-3436.
We're having a good